Namaste. Can you hear me? I hope so. Okay, so this is what's happening. Yesterday, actually Sunday, when I was first starting to do Taurus, in the pool room, something went wrong with my phone. So I looked into it, and it just was like saying that I had too many files that weren't erased, and it's a brand new phone. You guys know that. Less than a month old. Went back like 3 times with that phone, right? Phone's costing me a lot of money. It's like $800 to get that phone, right? I'm paying off $250 something a month. It was supposed to drop back down, but it didn't drop back down. Anyhow, some people are like, just get an iPhone, go for the 1,000, all right? The thing is, I have Verizon, and I have, why would I want to go for, this is 5G, it's supposed to be excellent, but then I found out, in my small town that I live in, this little small tiny town, we don't connect to 5G. Found that out. Devin found that out. Okay, what are you looking at? You're looking at a beautiful picture of Mother Mary. And I created this the other day, and that was another thing. I tried to make copies of my pictures at a second store. I bought the paper, everything, and nope, it couldn't be done. So I'm just taking it as the universe is saying I can't make copies of my paintings. So just go with the flow, make my paintings. People want to buy them. People don't want to buy them. Whatever. Okay. I give up. Yesterday I gave up. Okay. So then I try again because I was having a lot of feelings about Grandus, and the SummerMoon Wells case. So I sat in my car after doing a whole bunch of stuff with packages. I mailed out, let's see how many packages I mailed out. I'm going to take this is not going to be the Taurus. This is just going to be a little session. See if it works. And then I'll do Taurus. So I mailed out Justice. I mailed out Juliana to Kathy, Justice to California, Danelle, Juliana to Kathy, my sister, Karina to JW, Jesus to Zenjen, which is Canada. I think Karina JW is in Louisiana, I think. And Colleen / Coral went to Ruby in Texas. Okay, so I know I still have Flyer B to do, and Mel H, when you let me know, maybe you want to read the room and see what you wanted to pick out. Okay, but let me know, okay? Because I just like to have my ducks in order. I am a Virgo, even though my room is messy. I still am a Virgo, and I like to make lists and check them off. Okay, it makes me feel a little better. Guys, I have a little bit of a cold, I think. I haven't been taking my vitamins like I usually do. I've been trying to get jobs, and there hasn't been any. So it's not looking good for the month of May because school will be over soon, and I did not work that much in April. I only worked 5 or 4 days, or 4.5 days, which is not good. Anyhow, doesn't matter. God will make a way. So I go with my car, and I'm like, okay, let me just relax in my car, see what happens. I realized I brought in mostly all of my cards into the house because I wanted to start the Taurus reading. I brought it into the pool room and then back into the house. That's all I do. I bring artwork into my car, then I bring it into stores, then nothing happens, then I bring it back into my car, then it falls out of my car. I catch it sometimes I don't catch it. And so then I curse, then I bring it back to the house. Then I realize it shouldn't be in the car because it's melting, 1,000-degree weather in the car. So I bring it back in the car, from the car into the house, and then we do it all over again. Okay. Yesterday I was packing it in, I think it was 102 yesterday. I had my trunk open and I was packing the artwork from my car, but it was okay because I was listening to a podcast. The only thing that was bad was I didn't have a water bottle. Anyhow, don't feel bad for me, Argentina. So So I go in my car. I said, okay, you know what? Whatever happens, I'm going to channel Grandus. I'm going to remote view Grandus. I'm going to channel with Summer if she comes available. And I'm going to try to get some answers in terms of Grandus. Is she telling the truth? Is she going to talk to the FBI? Did she already talk to the FBI? Or is she lying about that? Don't forget, Grandus taught Candace everything she knows. Everything Candace knows. Well, I did a 31-minute video. I channeled, I remote viewed. I was so proud of myself. Things were flowing. I was by myself in my car. Nobody was bothering me. I was in the shade. Okay. I get home. I took 3 other pictures of myself, so I knew my phone was working. It's the new phone, right? Right now I'm on the old phone. And this is a test, actually, to see if this is working. Because if it is, then I'm very happy and grateful because at least I could rely on this phone, my old phone, Samsung 7. Samsung 7 is better than a Samsung 21. 5G. 5G sucks. Okay. Sorry. Mary just told me that's enough negative talk, young lady. Don't do that, she said. Okay. I'm sorry, Mom. She said, don't just call me Mom. I'm sorry, Mom. Okay. So, I get home and I go plug my phone in and I go to upload that video. I was all excited. I had a beautiful picture of Summer and Grandma, right? I spend a lot of time on working on these things, right, for you guys. So it says video cannot be uploaded. The file is corrupted. Right? There's a brand new phone. So I come in, I start crying, right? Because I'm a big baby. But because I'm frustrated because I can't get that piece of work back. And I can't possibly reread the cards like I did in the car. I found cards that I had, my fairy cards. So I was like, that's it. I just like, is the universe telling me just give up? I kept calling for jobs. There was no jobs. I felt like my packages were all screwed up because I had to work 3 hours in the car in the heat to pack them outside because I thought I was going to be getting copies of them, and that didn't work out for the 4th time in a row. So I was like, now I can't even do a video? Now that video is lost. I tried to look into it with a few people, Devin too, and there's some things that you could do, but I don't want to ruin anything other stuff that I have on my phone, because you know what, I still erase pictures, I still erase videos that I've done, I still erase voicemails, voice text, because I do voice text a lot, so that takes up a lot of space. And I do that every day, and I shouldn't be doing that with a 5G phone, right? That's costing me all this money. So I call up the guy from the store, and I told him, it's still, the phone is still shutting off. When I try to do more than one thing, answer a text, it could shut off. And he was like, oh, that doesn't seem right. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to have to come in. But I wanted to get the packages out because that was on my mind. People paid me money. I needed to get my packages out because especially the ones that go into Canada, that takes a long time to get there. Long story short, he just said, oh, whatever. He said a couple things, but he didn't answer my question. He just said, I guess, come in, and I got to come in soon but today I'm going in. Anyhow, I just wanted to let you guys know I did this video about Grandus, and what I thought, and I can't possibly redo it. It was 30 minutes long. It was channeling. It was remote viewing. It was about 10 cards that I pulled. And I'm just upset because maybe I could just say in a couple of paragraphs what it was, what I got from what I remember. But I just can't do it over. Anxious to see if this comes out. So I will tell you that I think that Grandus is mixing the truth with still some rhetoric and narrative that of the first lie that they all put together. Okay, do I stick by what I saw in the beginning, which was that Summer never got out of the car. Sorry, I'm just writing a note to myself because I have notes of things I want to do. What's his name? Okay, yeah. So I strongly, firmly believe that Summer never got out of the car. Summer was sick. The grandmother noticed that she was sick. I feel like I'm repeating myself because I am repeating myself. The grandmother noticed she was sick in the car. I don't believe the grandmother was at the park. I believe she was at the hospital in a lot of pain. And she was told to say that she was at the park to cover up for her daughter. Okay? So, the other thing is, I feel Grandus, and I'm not crying. My voice just sounds like this. I was having trouble with my voice yesterday, too. So, I'm wearing blue today, so that'll help it. And I'm wearing some strong necklaces, that should help my thyroid and my throat chakra. Anyhow, I'm sure you're not worried about my throat chakra, but it was just so weird. I was having weird voice things, but I was so proud of that video. That's why I cried when I got home. Anyhow, so basically, I see Grandma getting out of the car, very, very stiff, and telling her daughter, you better take her to the hospital, but drop me off first because I gotta go rest. I feel dizzy. My knee is killing me. The pain is starting to come back, and she also got painkillers, or allegedly. This is all alleged, entertainment reasons only. Okay. She got painkillers probably for her knee, maybe anti-inflammatories, and one second. Let me just take a sip. The best coffee in the world, Sonic, Green Mountain. Did that scare you? I lost it. Then I found it. Okay, anyhow. So I feel like Grandus came out of the car, but she told her daughter, you better get her to the hospital. And then she got her packages. I think the sons might have came out and got the packages, but when they said, where's Summer? Why isn't Summer getting out of the car? They just said, oh, she's sleeping. Just let her rest. Okay. Now, I feel like the boys felt that was strange because Summer was always running around. Summer was always energetic. And why would you stay in a hot car? Okay. But then I do see psychically, intuitively, now this is my cold reading. I'm not using any cards today. I used them yesterday. I don't really need them. That's what Spirit told me. Cards are for you. Cards aren't for me. Anyway, what I saw was that Candace right away called Don and said, you have to help me because I have to take Summer to the doctor, the hospital. She's very sick. And Don, I hear in my third eye is saying, Don's saying, no, wait a second. I'll meet you and we'll decide. We can't you don't just take her to the hospital. And then Candace saying, but you're at work. You can't leave work. Oh, yes, he can. And yes, he did. Okay. So he came home. He met her halfway. I don't believe they met at the house. I feel Candace went halfway to wherever Don was. Okay. I see Summer in the car fading away. Very weak, very pale, leaning up against those ice things. That was to take down the swelling. That's what I hear. Okay. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107, the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, school, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is permitted by a copyright statute that might be otherwise infringing. Okay. For entertainment reasons only. Okay, purposes only. So, I feel that after that took place, I don't get a clear picture. I'll handle it. From Don, allegedly, I'll handle it. And I see that plastic container that I've always seen. If you watch one of my first 2 videos where I just show you my hands, I got on the news. I was on the news. Okay? They weren't really complimenting me, but who cares? Okay? I don't give a crap. I'm just going to tell you what the truth is according to what I see from my third eye using my gifts from God. All right? Sorry if that sounds cranky, but I only had to have a cup of coffee. And I'm cranky in the morning when I don't have my 3 cups of coffee yet. Anyhow, I'm not being cranky. I'm just upset because of what happened to that video and what happened to my artwork. So, and I have on the back of my mind the thing with the medical bill, and I'm trying not to think about all those things, but my brain is all encompassing. The good, bad, and the ugly. Anyhow, so I feel that she was in a plastic container, I try to remove myself. Angels, Archangel Michael, please protect me. Help me to report what I see in my visions, but protect me from feeling any kind of pain or sadness, if you can, if you will. Thank you, Archangel Michael. Thank you, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Gabriel. Help me to express myself in a clear way. Help me to see the signs and see the visions and report on them. Help me to see, hear, and feel, but not feel hurt. I don't want to feel the pain. Thank you. Thank you, dear God. Thank you, archangels. Thank you, guides, spirit guides, and guardian angels. Okay, so basically, I see a plastic container. I see her go into a plastic container, be placed in a plastic container, and I do feel she was still alive. So slightly, very light pulse, breathing heavy, but feeling like, what is happening? Hearing muffled voices, and now I was thinking about muffled voices. Why would you hear muffled voices? You would hear muffled voices because you're in some sort of container, and also you're fainting, your blood pressure is low. And that's what I feel, her blood pressure was very low, which would make you get cold, which means that she was probably in a state of shock. Okay. So at this point, I did hear like Candace kind of yell at Don saying, we got to bring her to the hospital. She's going to die. And him saying, are you crazy? Are you crazy? Do you want me to go to jail for the rest of my life? Okay. I just came in recently. Anyhow, at some point, I feel they were in the car together. And then Candace parked her car like somewhere, on the side road, and they were in a car together. And then he said, let me handle it. You go back to the house with the boys. Because he was trying to say, oh, I'll take care of Summer, meaning I'll like she thought he meant, oh, I'll go and I'll bring her to the hospital myself, or I'll bring her to a nurse myself. And then, but you have to go home and take care of the boys and your mother. So at some point, I feel like Candace got back into her own car, and what's his face, Don, continued driving with the plastic container, and Summer in that plastic container. Because if she wasn't in a plastic container, all over the car would be like her DNA. If she started to pass away, toxins would come out of her body, liquids, fluids, things like that. I don't know the full details on what comes out of your body when you pass away, because I don't want to have that vision in my head. I can't handle that. Having my mom pass away when I was 19, my father passed away when I was 26. I can't have that in my head, because I struggle with nightmares as it is. So I'm a very visual person, and a creative mind, and so I don't need certain details. I couldn't be a nurse. I couldn't be a doctor. I have nurses in my family. My sister Karen's a nurse. My sister Christine was worked for a pediatrician for over 20 years. Did the blood and all that jazz. I couldn't do that. I did try to work in a hospital. My sister got me a job once, and I couldn't do it. Just the smell alone made me ill. Hi. See the bugs? What?
What's your what?
There's bugs.
Where?
I see it flying around here somewheres. Okay, I'm just doing a video on my old phone. See if it works.
Are you almost ready to go?
Yeah, after this.
I don't know what to do with Nana. She's not moving, and I don't want to lift her up out of the cage.
I lifted her up to bring her out.
I can't get down to scoop her out. She probably needs to go out.
Okay, all right, let me finish this. Okay. All right, 5 minutes. So long story short, I believe that she was taken, and this is what I said yesterday in the car, she was taken to a location, okay, and she might not have been fully passed away. She might not have died yet, fully. And that part I don't see that clearly, so I'm not going to speculate. I don't see like strangulation. I feel like she was in very bad shape, but I'm just going to say it straight. Don did not want her to go to the hospital because then they would see that she was SA'd. And that was the only reason. Okay? She had teeth rotting out of her head, not taken care of. She had several bruises on her body. Okay? So I just feel like she had some sort of concussion and secondary drowning. And maybe a sepsis situation where if you don't treat a urinary tract infection and you just let it go, yeast infection, urinary tract infection, it could take over your whole body, your whole immune system. Okay, so I'm just going to say that she was passing away and she was placed inside this container, inside like a storm shelter. I still see that storm shelter that I originally saw the very first 2 readings I ever did when I was trying to find her location. I see trees all around her, maybe a creek. I don't believe she's in the water. So I believe that this is a small little space, and there might be a pipe. What is it called? Like a air pipe that comes up out of the ground. Yeah, people could climb down and go in there. And what they were built when there was war. So people would go and hide there. What is that called? Bomb shelter? Hey, babe? Babe? Oh, he's not going to answer me. Meanwhile, one of our dogs is very, very sick, and we're bringing it to the vet today. So, it's a great day. Anyway, I just believe that she was left there, and I could hear a metal lock or metal. I feel cement, cold cement. She was just left there, and she felt left. And then she was moved. And I feel in my heart she was moved back to the property after it was already searched. And that is why they don't want that property searched anymore. And that is why they don't care to help anybody with the search. So the whole meaning of this video was I think Grandus will tell the FBI truth. Well, right now she's in a fight with Candace, and Candace is going out drinking with people and not coming home. So Grandus has to feed the animals, the dogs and the cats, allegedly. This is all allegedly. But I feel that she'll tell half the truth so that she could get herself out of trouble. because she's in trouble too. Especially if she lied the first 2 times that she did speak to the news or the cops. Anyhow, I'm going to end it there. Later on, I'm going to come back with the finish of your Taurus read. I have the cards all out. They were picked from the other day. And I definitely will come back with that, okay, guys? Namaste.